Hello, mighty champions. I'm Pastor Glen Curry, and we've been looking at the power of the devil and principalities and powers. It's been kind of negative, but we've looked at what the New Testament says about the devil. And so that's pretty important to find out who our enemy is so that we'll know how to fight against him and win. Amen? All right. So we saw that Jesus called the devil the prince of this world 3 times. We saw that Ephesians calls the devil the prince and the power of the air, and that 2 Corinthians 4:4 calls the devil, calls Satan, the god of this world, little g. But it's the same word that the translators use for the big G, theos. It's the same word. And so Satan is the god of this world. We also saw how he lost, mankind gave his authority over to the devil. Now, I don't want to teach on this subject for a year, but I do want you to know and understand who our enemy is and what his principalities and powers, the rulers of darkness of this world, the spiritual wickedness in high places, what their goal, what their dream, what their desire is concerning you and I. And it's our destruction, for sure. And so we must be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. So allow me to just take you into a scenario where I'm going to pretend I'm the devil and I'm talking to the principalities and powers and so forth. Satan outlined how he wanted family values eroded. He said, get into the public school system, pervert the children's textbooks, lie about alternative lifestyles, rewrite their history. History is his story, and I want it to be my story. Raise up school teachers and professors and administrators that are going to promote my agenda, our way of thinking. I want you highly organized principalities and powers to participate in creating government corruption, organized crime. I want God's people to have to work extremely hard and barely eke out a living, addict them to worry and poverty and make them suffer, bring sickness and disease and poverty and lack and failure into the Christian's life. I want sinners and criminals that will follow your instructions, my instructions, to be rewarded lavishly with easy money, worldly possessions, worldly pleasures. At the same time, promote the lie that Christianity is about poverty. That poverty has a spiritual purpose, that sickness and disease has a spiritual purpose so that people don't resist and find out the truth that God is a healer, that Jesus healed them all, that there was never a crowd so large that Jesus said, it's not my Father's will to heal you to even one person. Don't you dare forget to use the most effective music that you can. Invent music that's going to bring violence and hate and degrade women. Bring that to the forefront. As we scourge the human race with sickness and disease, mankind's going to seek to create compounds from nature. It's only natural that God made plants to help them. And so make man discover compounds that will make morons and zombies out of people, narcotics, if you will. I want drugs to devastate millions and millions of people and millions of lives, and it's up to you to help the scientists and those interested to find those right compounds. I assure you, and I give you full authority to use fear and greed and lawlessness and poverty and jealousy and anything necessary to destroy homes and devastate people's self-image, make them hate themselves, destroy their self-worth. It's going to make it impossible for them to receive from you-know-who once they think little of themselves. I want people to have all sorts of inferiority complexes, to hate their lives. The main thing I want you to remember is that when you control a person's thinking, you control the person. They become your mules. Okay, you mighty rulers, maybe Satan said. Let's wrap this up. We're going to keep in constant communication so that I can update you with more and more ways to hurt humanity and civilization. Remember, if you can cause people to develop bad thinking and bad habits then you can relax, because out of habit, they will think the wrong thing. Their mind will gravitate to failure and doom and woe is me and I should have never been born. They're going to self-sabotage their efforts to receive from God and receive from life. They're not going to be a success in life. They're going to be despondent and discouraged. So after sharing thousands of ways with these principalities, powers, rulers of darkness that would share these principles with mid-range management, that would share them with demons and imps that harass the normal man, Satan then assigned them to different regions of the earth, different territories. These evil despots, these sovereigns, these master spirits would set up their throne and governments and strongholds over cities. And the mid-level rulers, I guess I could call them, and demons would affect the people to make them do what these mid-level and powerful principalities and powers were. Soon, thousands of evil business meetings were going on worldwide, and Satan's angels would now control the world, and the Bible calls Satan the god of this world. But when Jesus raised from the dead, he spoiled principalities and powers. He made a show of them openly. He triumphed over them. And now he gives you the power of God so that you don't have to be under the influence of these wicked spirits any longer. And so keep watching the next lessons and discover how Jesus conquered the devil and his evil chain of command. I'm Pastor Glen Curry. Please have comments and like below. Tell your friends. And I know this is kind of a weird teaching. We kind of magnified the devil, but that's what the New Testament says. And that's what we go by. We go by the Bible. Get in the Word, get energized, and be strong. I love you. Have a great day.